Ever wonder how millions of sardines get canned in the blink of an eye? How do these fish make their way from the ocean to be sealed in those shiny cans that you've seen on supermarket shelves? And what happens behind the scenes to ensure that you get a product that's fresh, flavorful, and safe to eat? So how does it all come together? Well, let's dive into the fascinating production process and uncover how tech is transforming an industry that's been around for centuries. From the first catch to the final seal, we'll walk you through every step of this high-tech operation. Canned sardines, a beloved pantry staple, have an unexpected and fascinating history that dates back to the early 19th century. The story begins with a challenge that was both a necessity and a stroke of genius. During the Napoleonic Wars, France faced a pressing problem: how to feed soldiers on long, grueling campaigns. Nicolas Appert, a French confectioner who in 1809 discovered a groundbreaking method to preserve food in airtight glass jars, keeping it fresh for long periods. His innovation would go on to revolutionize food preservation forever. But glass was bulky and impractical for transport. So in 1810, British inventor Peter Durand took Appert's idea and perfected it by creating the first metal can. This was a game changer. The can was lightweight, durable, and easy to ship. Fast forward a few decades to the fishing towns along the French coast. Sardines, a fish abundant but perishable, became a prime candidate for this new preservation technique. In the early 1800s, a French inventor named Joseph Collin took Appert's methods and applied them to the fishing industry. He started the first commercial canning of sardines in France, packing them in oil to seal in their freshness. This move not only made sardines accessible far beyond the French coast, but also gave birth to an industry that would span the globe. By 1836, Collin's factory was producing over 30,000 cans of sardines per year. And by the late 1800s, the French region of Nantes was producing an astonishing 50 million tins annually. The method was simple, yet revolutionary. Sardines were fried, packed by hand, and sealed into cans that would preserve them for months, if not years. This made sardines an ideal food for military rations, especially during wartime. But the success of canned sardines, it wasn't just confined to France. It spread quickly to other countries too, with Portugal, Spain, and the U.S. all catching on. Now, in the U.S., the first sardine cannery opened in 1857 in Eastport, Maine. Sardines had become a global sensation, and what began as a military necessity had evolved into an international culinary phenomenon. Fast forward to today, and canned sardines are still enjoyed worldwide. They've survived wars, industrialization, and the rise of modern technology. They're a symbol of how ingenuity and persistence can turn a simple fish into a global sensation. And even now, new technologies are continuing to reshape how we make and enjoy canned sardines. The journey of a sardine begins far from the factory floors, in the deep blue heart of the ocean. It's here, amidst the vast stretches of water, that these little fish are caught in quantities that would astonish you. But how do fishermen find and catch so many sardines with all that precision? Modern fishing vessels are equipped with sonar systems, which send sound waves deep beneath the surface of the water, helping them detect schools of sardines hiding beneath. GPS technology then pinpoints their exact location, ensuring that the fishermen can find these schools with pinpoint accuracy every time. These tools allow the boats to track the fish's movement, ensuring that they catch them at the perfect moment when they're most abundant. Once the sardines are caught, they're swiftly transported to the factory where the next chapter of their journey begins. After braving the wild waters of the ocean, the sardines finally reach their destination, the factory. This is where the real work begins. But before they even touch the processing line, they go through a critical first step, an intense inspection process. Here, the fresh catch is closely examined, and size does matter. Sardines come in all shapes and sizes, but only the right ones make it into the cans. Larger sardines are often favored for their meatier texture, but even the small ones have their place. It's all about finding that perfect balance. Every sardine has to meet strict criteria. No bruises, no broken bodies, and definitely no smell that could signal poor quality. A simple flick of the wrist, and workers check for any imperfections, gently inspecting the fish, looking for flaws in the skin or any signs of damage. But what happens to the ones that don't make the grade? Well, don't worry, no sardine is wasted. Any discarded sardines go through an eco-friendly process. Many of them are repurposed for fish meal and other byproducts, making the most out of every catch. And the work doesn't stop here. Quality control teams also look for any unusual marks or discoloration that could indicate a deeper issue, like bacteria or spoilage. These little imperfections, while unnoticeable to the naked eye, could cause problems down the line, so everything gets scrutinized. To speed up the inspection, factories now use advanced technology, scanners and infrared sensors that can detect potential problems inside the fish without cutting them open. This tech ensures that even the smallest of flaws are caught in an instant. It's like a superpower for food safety. Once the sardines pass this rigorous first stage, they're ready to move on. From here, they'll travel down the line, but only the freshest will make it through the cooking process. As the sardines make their way down the conveyor belt, they enter a high-tech section of the factory, where the magic of scaling and cleaning all begins. But this isn't your average cleaning process. It's a symphony of precision machinery working together to ensure the sardines are spotless and perfectly prepared for the next stage. First up, scaling. Imagine a machine with spinning brushes that gently but efficiently remove the scales from the sardines' bodies. It's a delicate process, as too much pressure could damage the fish, but just enough ensures that each sardine is smooth and ready for cooking. These machines have been designed to mimic the light touch of a skilled worker, but with the added benefit of speed and consistency. Now the sardines move on to the cleaning stage, where water jets play a crucial role. Powerful yet gentle streams of water are blasted onto the fish, dislodging any remaining scales, debris, or even small bits of shell. The force of the water is perfectly calibrated, not too harsh to damage the sardines, but strong enough to wash away any unwanted particles. The water used here is filtered and recycled, ensuring that the factory operates as sustainably as possible. Once the sardines are fully scaled and clean, they're ready for the next crucial step in the production process. As we move deeper into the factory, the sardines are now ready for the most exciting transformation, the cooking and flavoring process. The sardines are gently placed into these steaming vats, where the heat is carefully regulated to ensure the perfect balance between preserving their natural flavors and maintaining a tender and flaky texture. It's a delicate process. Too much heat, and the fish can become dry and tough. Not enough, and it won't cook properly through. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Flavor. Did you know that canned sardines are often sold in a variety of sauces that take them from a simple seafood snack to a flavor explosion? Some factories add a tangy tomato sauce, others with a zesty mustard sauce, while others, well, they might even spice things up with a fiery chili sauce. The possibilities are really endless, and it's all thanks to technology, which ensures that each sardine is evenly coated with the right amount of sauce. The flavoring process begins after the sardines have been steamed and are still hot and tender. A team of machines is dedicated to adding the perfect amount of sauce, depending on the variety being produced. These machines operate like the precision of a gourmet chef, dispensing a carefully measured amount of sauce into every can, ensuring that the sardines are evenly coated. Now, let's dive deeper. How do they get the sardines to absorb the flavor so well? Well, the answer lies in the cooking method. In some factories, the sardines are first cooked in oil, which locks in their natural oils and allows them to absorb the flavors from the sauce more effectively. This step ensures that when you open that can of sardines at home, you get a bite that's packed with flavor, right from the first taste. While many might think that the canned food is stripped of nutrients, sardines retain most of their omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and vitamins when cooked properly, making them a nutritious choice for consumers. Once the cooking and flavoring is all done, the sardines are cooled, ready for the final sealing process. But before they're packed into cans, it's crucial that they're given time to marinate in their sauce. This allows the flavor to fully infuse to every piece, ensuring that when you crack open a can of sardines, you're met with a rich and full-bodied flavor. The sardines are all placed into gleaming cans as a high-tech machine buzzes away, packing them neatly into rows. A special brine or oil is added to the can, surrounding every sardine to lock in its flavor and freshness. This brine helps preserve the fish, keeping it juicy and flavorful for months, even years after it's sealed. Once the sardines are snug in their cans, it's time for the magic moment, sealing. Every can is tightly sealed under high pressure, ensuring that the sardines are completely protected from outside elements. And here's where the factory's precision shines again. Every can is perfectly labeled. The label isn't just a marketing tool, it's a crucial part of food safety and traceability. Each can gets its unique label with production information, including expiration dates, batch numbers, and nutritional details, ensuring that every can meets the highest standard of quality. Now, here's something that's often overlooked: sterility. Now, in a world of canned goods, keeping the production environment as clean as possible is absolutely essential. Why? Well, because the airtight seal on every can is only effective if the fish inside is free from contaminants. That's why the entire canning process is done in a sterile environment, where everything is meticulously cleaned and monitored. A single speck or dust or tiny contaminant could spoil the entire batch, which is why even the air inside the factory is filtered to perfection. Now, as the freshly sealed cans roll off the production line, they don't just head straight to the shelves. No, they enter the most crucial phase of them all, the final quality control check. Now first, these cans are swiftly scanned by high-tech machines designed to detect even the slightest imperfections. The technology here is mind-blowing. These machines aren't just looking for dents or scratches, they're checking for things like weight inconsistencies and perfect seal integrity. If a can is even slightly off, it's swiftly removed from the line. Every can must meet the factory's strict standards. Too heavy, too light, or the wrong label? Well, they don't make it to packaging. But the machines aren't working alone. As the cans move down the line, human workers play a key role in catching what the machines might miss, like a tiny blemish on the can's surface or a labeling error that's tough for the machine to detect. It's a perfect partnership between man and machine. In fact, the human eye is often the best judge of things like color consistency or even a can that might have a slight deformity from the sealing process. After every can has passed the stringent inspection, it moves on to the final step, packaging. Here, robotic arms take over, grabbing cans with precision and packing them into boxes at an incredible rate. These robots are equipped with soft grip technology, allowing them to handle even the most delicate cans without causing a dent or scratch. But it's not just about speed. The robots are all programmed to arrange the cans in perfect stacks, ensuring the boxes are packed evenly and securely. This process not only protects the sardines during transport, but also ensures that every box arrives looking flawless on the store shelf. Once the cans are neatly packed into boxes, it's time for the final step, labeling and sealing the boxes for shipment. These boxes will soon make their way to retail outlets, ready to reach homes worldwide. The beauty of this process is in its seamless combination of cutting-edge technology and the art of food production. And with sustainability top of mind, many factories are working to reduce waste in the final stage too. For instance, packaging materials are carefully chosen to be eco-friendly, and some factories even reuse waste materials in innovative ways, like creating sustainable packaging from recycled materials. By the time that these sardines are packed and ready to go, they've passed through one of the most efficient, high-tech production lines in the world. And the result? Well, a can of sardines that's perfectly sealed, free of defects, and ready to provide a nutritious snack that's as fresh as the day it was caught. Now, if you found this deep dive into food tech and the world of sardine production as fascinating as we did, then don't leave just yet. Hit the like button to let us know that you're as amazed as we are by these jaw-dropping innovations. And hey, if you're new here and you'd love exploring more cool, advanced factories where tech meets food, subscribe to stay in the loop with our future episodes. There's always more cutting-edge stuff on the way. So until next time, remember, technology is transforming how our favorite foods are made, one factory at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on the next deep dive into the world of food innovation.